in this rather desolate place. This is Texola. It's the town that's right on the border between Texas and Oklahoma. It's the last stop before I go into Texas, and I'm just walking across. This is the center of the town of Texola. This would have been the main street. This would have been one of the shops. There's another shop there. There's absolutely nothing left. And so it's kind of interesting that what I wanted to talk about today was the insight that I wanted to share today was about hope. And the reason I want to talk about hope today is because there's two things that have happened recently that have got me thinking about the importance of hopefulness. And hope is interesting both from a coaching perspective and a positive psychology perspective. From a positive psychology perspective, hope is a very important theory, and it's a theory that was initially developed at the University of Kansas by Schneider and Lopez. And according to their psychological construct of hope, because obviously there's lots of different types of hope, there's religious hope, but in this case, I'm talking about the psychological concept of hope. And I'm just going to share what that is from a positive psychology perspective, and then I'll talk about coaching psychology. So from a positive psychology perspective, hope has three key components. And the first component is being able to imagine a desired future. So that's very important from hope theory point of view, is the ability to imagine a future that's better than right now. So again, being in this town of Texola, if you were somebody who was living here or moving here, you would need to be able to imagine a future for the town. Then the second thing you would need is pathways thinking. And this is all from the theory of Shane Lopez and Rick Schneider. Pathways thinking is the ability to imagine different ways to move closer to that desired future. And the third thing that's needed is what they call agency thinking, the ability to imagine that you can do something to move towards that desired future. Then it's possible for hope to thrive or grow. And of course, from a coaching psychology point of view, coaching is all about building hopefulness in clients. In other words, we help our clients to imagine a desired future. That's the whole point of the coaching conversation. How would you like things to be different? What is it that you want in your future? And then the second part is helping them to think about different ways to get to that desired future. When we talk about options, that's what we're doing. We're helping them generate different ideas about how to move towards their desired future. And then in terms of agency thinking, coaching is all about putting responsibility where it should be, which is with the client. So in other words, coaching is an intervention that is designed to increase hopefulness. So why am I thinking about hope today? Well, I hope you've seen that I dropped by the Spirit of America Museum. It was in Stroud, Oklahoma. It was only yesterday. And I met a very inspiring man there, Steve, who set it up. It's his vision and his dream. And he wants to support people to be more hopeful about, in this case, America. Talking to Steve and being at the Spirit of America Museum, it just reminded me how important hope is. The other reason I've been thinking about hope is today I met with colleagues from the Coaching in Higher Education Confederation, Czech. We met in Oklahoma at the Chicken Shack. And the three of us, we were talking about what really motivates us. What is it that excites us about the work we do? And we were talking specifically about coaching in higher education, something that I'm really passionate about. And what we had in common is that we really wanted strategies and approaches that would support students to be more hopeful about their time at university and their prospects after university. And we also talked about the need for us as professionals working in this arena to be hopeful as well. So hope came up a lot over the last 2 days, and even the memorial, the national memorial in Oklahoma City, which I visited, that's really something about hope as well. Hope for a better future, a way of remembering something very tragic that happened, but in a way that might allow people to be hopeful. So personally, I've always been somebody who's relied on hopefulness. I grew up in a war zone, and therefore being hopeful was essential. I remember as a child, we would always be hoping that things would get better. We were hoping that the war would end. We were hoping that, and it was unreasonable hope. We'd be saying every year, we'd be saying, maybe at Christmas it'll get better, or maybe in the summer things will get better. But we really needed to have that hope. And, you know, in the fields of coaching and positive psychology, I think these fields are all about creating the conditions in which people can be more hopeful. And also, it's so important for all of us who work in these fields to stay hopeful as well.